Hello, my darlings. Welcome to the live stream. Sorry I'm a little bit late. I've been having a few technical problems. I was trying to do it on Zoom and it wouldn't work. So I thought, okay, I'll just have to use my phone and I'll have to use the laptop to be able to communicate with you all. So thank you for your patience. I'm going to bring this up and then call you all onto the live stream. If you are watching on replay, let me know you have tuned in and that you are watching. And then we are going to go into this. Let's just see. I'm just going to turn myself off so I don't hear myself talk. There we go. Hello, whoever is joining us. It's lovely to have you all here. Hello, Anne, my darling. Hello, Isidine. Hello, Emily. Hi, hi. Hello, gorgeous souls. Hello. Lovely to have you all here. Happy Friday. I hope you're all having a gorgeous day so far. I've been with my business clients this morning and amazing breakthroughs been coming through. It's been phenomenal. So it is great to be here talking to you all about dreams today. And I just want to say a huge thank you to everyone that's signing up to Psychic School as well. It's so exciting. The doors close to Psychic School on Monday. So if you are looking to get yourself into that, you need to get yourself in before Monday. And the next time the doors open will be October. So make sure you don't miss your opportunity. Grab yourself a spot and it'll be an absolute pleasure to have you there. I cannot wait to get started. Psychic School is a training that is there for life. It is about those that are wanting to connect with their spirit guides, understand their spiritual abilities, understand what their purpose is with their gift, wanting to connect in, build a spiritual routine, pass some messages, receive some guidance from the other side and be able to actually relay that to people for either for themselves or because they want to become a light worker. The actual training is delivered live because quite a few of you have actually said, oh, it's pre-recorded, isn't it? And it used to be pre-recorded a while ago, but now the past this will be the third time it's delivered live. So the past 3 times now, it's been delivered live because we found that it's actually better for you guys if it is live because you can actually ask questions in the real time, feel that support, and it's just easier to be actually able to coach you all in that vibration. Also, what I've found is that the more that I've gone on and the more I do this work every single day, my gift is actually expanding, evolving, new things are coming through, new content, new updates, and that information needs to be relayed over to you all. So I don't like to have old teachings. It evolves as we all do. And I want to take you all with me on that so that you get to observe all of that and you get to understand. And I don't just keep it all for myself, I share it with you all. So it's an incredible, incredible experience. And once you've paid once for the school, you actually receive access for life. So you can repeat it as many times as you desire. And I also drop free bonuses in there, free trainings, loads of free content as bonus, because I like to look after you. And if there's something I think you need to know, I will be able to provide it for you in that container. So get yourself into that and just make sure that you are loving it, okay? So if you've got any questions around Psychic School, let me know. Also, you can speak to some of the students if you want to hear from their perspective what they actually think of it. Let me just get you the link. Because sometimes it's actually good to hear it from other people rather than just me that thinks it's amazing. But I think spirit are amazing, full stop. To be like, I love spirit, you're going to love it. And you're probably thinking, well, you know what, Katie? Spirit are all right, but yeah, I'm not sure if it's for me. And if you do have any questions at all, just ask away about it. If there's anything where you're thinking, I don't actually fully understand what it is. I don't understand what she actually does. What is Psychic School? Hello, Belinda. Hello, Terry. Hello, everyone joining me. Hi, Becca. Hello, hello. Happy Friday, everyone. Hello, Christina. Hello, Penny. Hi, Gary. Hello, everyone. So if you're wondering what on earth it is, just ask the questions. But if you actually look on the bottom of the link I've just pinned now, just pin the link, you'll be able to hear the testimonials from all the people that have done it. Well, some of the people. And you can gauge what they've asked for. And most of the questions that people ask or most of the things they give feedback on probably answer your questions anyway. But again, if there's anything you need to know, just ask away. But the doors do close on Monday, and then we get started on the 17th. The minute you sign up, you get free content delivered. So it's bonus material to get you started. So you can start today. You can start working on your spiritual journey today in this second. And then after that, we start the live trainings on the 17th of April. And they're every Monday and every Wednesday at 7 p.m. We have people all over the world joining us, and they watch on replay, or sometimes they get up early or stay up late, depending on where they are in the world, and they join. All right, so if it's for you, get yourself in there. But anyway, on with today's topic of dreams. So your dreams explained. Now, this is something I'm quite excited to talk about today. And again, there's no presentation. I'm going rogue, everyone. So those of you that are new to the group, I normally do a presentation with everything, but I felt like this needed to just be spoken, and it would land more for you if there wasn't a presentation. I want you all to share with me on this live now what experiences you've had with your dreams. So what is it that you've had? Has any of you ever had a prediction? Have any of you ever had anything come through where you woke up in the morning and thought, oh my God, what on earth was that? That doesn't make any sense. Or what was this? Has anyone ever had that experience? Let me know, and start sharing your experiences in the comments, because I will be coming through to them. Also, if you are watching on replay, share with us yours. Do you have anything like divine? Do you have any like divine messages that come through in your dreams? Who has repetitive dreams? All of these things, get it on there, comment and let me know. However, I'm going to tell you some little things about dreams and why they occur in the oddity that they are, and if it's actually a spiritual message you're receiving. So spirit communicate quite often when you're not developed in your gift through your dreams. So everybody is spiritually and psychically gifted, but if you're not working with spirit and liaising with them and finding out what it is you're doing with your gift, or what your natural abilities are in your senses, then spirit don't have a clear path of actually being able to get through it and communicate to you. They don't have that outlet. So what they tend to do is they tend to come to you in dreams, or just before you're going to sleep, because naturally your body starts to relax and switch off. Because the life at the moment, and I don't know if anyone else feels like this, but the people I speak to, they live life so fast, like, don't have enough time, I've always got to be somewhere, I've got to do this, let me cram it in, and there's like, there's all this stagnant energy running around, and there's not a lot of space for actually calm and serenity and a bit of peace and a bit of them time. So it's natural that when you finally close your eyes and you start drifting off, you either then start all the spiritual activity, all starts awakening around you, and oddities happen, things come into your head, visions, maybe you start seeing numbers, symbols, oh, what's going on? And you just feel almost like someone's watching you, or you feel that you can't quite rest. There's a lot going on in your head. And then when you actually fall asleep, you'll either be experiencing either really vivid dreams, this can happen, or you'll start getting maybe has anyone ever had sleep paralysis? Let me know in the comments. Sleep paralysis is when they take you from your bed and you feel yourself actually leaving your body, like taking you out of the bed and then transporting you somewhere. I've had this so many times when I wasn't properly fully open, and it was just the most weirdest experience ever. I remember being clawing at the covers, trying to like stay in the bed and trying to wake myself up and trying to hit my arms out or trying to scream out or something to stop it. But then once when I actually started to let them take me, they took me to family houses and they took me to people's living rooms, or they took me, it was like the scene from Scrooge, you know, the Ghost of Christmas Past, where he takes him and then he transports him back and then he watches a scene and a scenario and everything becomes clear as to why he is Scrooge. It was like that. So I go along and I'm standing there with my spirit guide and I can hear a conversation and a family and I'm like, oh my God, and how is this even real? Like, what is this? How did I not know this happened in my family? So it was really bizarre. So when I finally let them do it, that's what they did. They took me somewhere to show me a message. So that's a really odd one that quite a lot of people have. You can also have predictions in your dreams for people you love, or predictions in the media, and then you wake up in the morning, it's happened. One of my very close friends, she woke up in the night and I was sharing the bed with her and she said, I feel really, really ill, I've woke up in the night and I had this awful dream that these people were all sinking in a ship and they were all dying in the sea, and it was awful. I was watching them and I couldn't help them, and she was really upset. And I said, oh, come on, let's go and have some breakfast. You're all right, don't worry. I think we were like 15 or 16 at the time. I was like, you're all right, let's go and have some breakfast. And then we put on the news, and a boat, she said they're all foreign, I couldn't understand what they were saying. And there was a boat that capsized over in like Indonesia somewhere, and all these people had died in the boat. And she was like, oh my God. And she was so scared. She was completely freaked out. So, and she started blaming me. Because I'm lying next to you and you're psychic, you've brought these spirits to me. And I was like, oh God, sorry. I genuinely thought I had. So these things can happen. Predictions, sleep paralysis, waking up between 3 and 4. That is the most common ones. People wake up between 3 and 4. That's awakening hours. So that's where spirits and the veil between earth and spirit world is a lot thinner. And in that veil time, they can connect through to you because you're an open channel. So these are all the things. Now, the biggest one, this is the biggest one that is wonderful, but it makes you feel so a mixture of emotions. And this is a visitation. So this is where one of your loved ones can come to you in a dream that's passed over. You know they've passed over, and they're there talking to you. And it feels like they're still alive. You can remember what they said. You can remember their touch, their feel. It feels like the most incredible feeling in the world. And it's like, oh my gosh. And you wake up often from these dreams and you have like tears in your eyes, and they give you a message and they give you a hug, and it's just magnificent. And it's just like, oh my gosh, this is wonderful. And you have all of that feeling, all of that nurturing, all of that like, it's just love. It's just pure love. And it's incredible. Absolutely incredible. So those feelings are visitations. Now, a visitation is when it can only really happen like 2 or 3 times in your life. You're really lucky if you get it any more than that. And when you wake up, you need to make a mental note, or make a note of actually what came through, and really focus on it, because it means something really powerful to you, and it will mean something really powerful to the spirit that's come through. But you remember all the colours, I'm going to come to all your comments, I promise, all the colours, all the feelings, all the emotions, and it's just like, it's amazing. So if you've had one of those, you're very lucky, and you need to pay attention to the message that come through. You can also get the messages, like I said, of predictions that can make you feel uneasy. So all of these things can happen in dreams. You can also have a reoccurring dream. I used to have a reoccurring dream when I lived with my parents, that I used to walk up to the banisters and throw myself over the top of the banisters, and then I'd wake up at the bottom, and I was like, oh my God, before I hit the bottom, and then my heart would be like, and I used to have it all the time, that something just made me get up out of the bed and was almost pushing my back and throwing me over the banister. I later found out when I left home that my brother used to have exactly the same dream, and then when my children went and stayed at their nan's, they used to have the exact same dream, but they never told me. And it's like, oh my gosh. So you can have all of this. This is the energy of mom and dad's house. It's always been there. So that's something that was in the house. So can you see all of these different things that can happen? All these things that can happen around dreams. So it does get very complex. It does get very complex, and it can be hard for us to interpret. But if this is happening to you, the only way to calm it down and to stop it and to understand what the messages are is to cyclically start developing. You have to develop your gift, because once you learn your boundaries with your gift, what your purpose is, what sense is open at the moment, and you can speak to spirit and get support and build a relationship with your guide, and then close back down from them and disconnect, so that when you go to bed, it's your sleep time, it's your rest time, it's your time to recharge, then you're nurtured and you're looked after. Can you see the difference? You're nurtured, looked after, you're rested, you're calm, you're peaceful. And it's really, really important that we have this. It's really important we have this time and this energy and this space to switch off. Now, when you're developing and when you're psychically working with your gift, it can feel like there's a lot to learn, a lot to do. And there is a lot to learn, a lot to do. But it's broken down into simple context. And the simple context then, when it's implemented, works straight away for you. So you start getting peace and quiet. Because if you're developing your gift, or if you just want to get a good night's sleep and want to wake up feeling rested, then you need to have your energy to be able to do everyday life, don't you? So it's really important you get that rest. And also, if there is a message coming through and trying to communicate, spirit are trying to connect with you, if it's pixelated and the message isn't clear, it's not fair on the spirit, it's not fair on you, and it's not fair on your guides. So it's better to have non-confusion for anyone, so everyone knows where they're at, everyone knows what page they're on, and then it comes through a lot clearer and you can understand what they're trying to say. Because if you don't know what they're trying to say, what they're trying to communicate, it's really frustrating. It's just like, oh my God, it's like you're trying to guess, isn't it? And then you think, oh, well, spirit have come through and they've done all this work, and then I feel like I'm not helping them, I feel like I'm not supporting them, I'm not trying to, I can't do anything, what am I doing here? And you just feel really lost. You feel really lost and almost feel bad and guilt and like, oh. So if you can help them with the gift and you can support them and you can tune in, tune out, recharge your energy, you're going to feel a lot better. You're going to feel guided, you're going to feel supported, and you're going to know what on earth's going on. Okay, so this is why I go on and on and on about spirituality and about helping yourself and about learning and everything else, because it's so important. So if you can't come into psychic school for whatever reason, if you can make it into psychic school and it's something you can make happen, make it happen. Like, I can't stress you enough, make it happen, because it will benefit you in every which way. But if it's not, for whatever reason, you can't make it happen, or it's not landing for you, again, for whatever reason, then you need to get in the master, the membership. So Talk Spirit to Me, the membership, because I'm going to teach you everything in there as well. If you've joined Psychic School, you get the membership for free anyway, so don't buy both. But the membership will be a great place for you to start. And today's the last day. The last day you can get the membership for $22 a month, and then it's going up to $33. So let me get the link for you, because this is your last day. So if you want to get it, you need to get it now. It's so important. And once you pay 22, you always pay 22. Always. Okay, so the link I've just posted for you all. Don't miss out on this chance. Okay. I'm coming up to all your questions now. Okay, so Jodie said, I have dreams of leaving my body and floating around my house and I see orbs. Oh, yes. So you're floating around the house. That's an interesting one. When you're floating around the house, your body's wanting to, and your soul is wanting to do astral projection, where it's asking you how comfortable you feel floating and allowing them to guide you. So if you were feeling comfortable going around your house and seeing orbs, it's like, oh, she's quite comfortable with this. Oh, this feels quite normal. Let's transport her now somewhere else. So your energy gets behind, ooh, if I feel comfortable with this, then maybe I'd feel comfortable being transported elsewhere. And what would that be like? So then you're opening up the doors to other things. So Spirit are quite excited by that, and they're testing you to see how happy you are. I dream events, Mark, hello Mark darling. Mark saying, I dream events that haven't happened, then a week or so later I see it on the news or read about it. It's a lot, it happens a lot. Hang on. In a year, yeah. So your predictions, so you can predict, so you're able to tune in to universal energy, which means that you're currently open to energy all around you, which is great in a way, because then obviously if there's any good energy out there and positivity, you're soaking it all up and you're like, ooh. So you'll find that there's certain places, certain people that you like to be around because the energy starts to be really heightened. But actually, if it's collective energy that's not yours and you're just going around absorbing it, over time that starts to make your body feel quite overwhelmed and quite flat and quite staggered, and it won't serve you. So then the dreams could potentially become a little bit more where you might start seeing things you're not comfortable with because your energy hasn't got the energetic space to create boundaries and filters and protection in place to make sure that you don't see certain things. I have dreams of being attacked. Yeah, Helen, sometimes these dreams are actual fears. So there could be a fear there that you being fully yourself is you're at risk of being attacked by somebody, and verbally, physically, or people won't get you. Also, if you're hiding your spiritual side like I used to, and you're not sharing that, then that's a case of you not being fully you. So it's you feeling it's not safe to be fully you. It's not safe to be fully seen as you are in the spiritual sense. Penny gets woken up all the time. Penny, I've seen your photographs. I'm not surprised with all that spiritual light all around you. Debbie's saying, I wake up at 3:33 a lot. Yes, so awaken hours between 3 and 4. So this is where they're really trying to get your attention. You are very spiritual. You need to be on this path. And I'm so glad because you're in psychic school, aren't you? Just joined. So I'm looking forward to helping you, Debbie. Hello, Marga. So Christine is saying, I get very vivid dreams and I've predicted future accidents. Oh, several times involving family members. And again, this is all down to actually boundaries. So Christina, it must be really hard for you to actually see that and feel it and experience it. It must be like, oh my gosh, that's my family. And then there could be a case of there. See, this is the fine line, guys, because Christina there has seen vivid accidents and dreams and predictions, and they've come true. So can you imagine then now that fear setting in that if I don't pay attention to this, then I could potentially have someone I love be in a tragic accident and I could have stopped it. So there's an element of responsibility. So there's an element there where you won't want to switch it off because it's like, well, I can't switch off spirit, I can't switch off the guidance because I've got to make sure that I'm protecting my family. But then also the other aspect is you're like a cat on a tinder roof or whatever it's called, the saying, and then you're waiting for something to happen. You're waiting and you're like, I can't fully relax because it could happen. So I better just be on high alert all the time. And then the fear sets in. And then it's like, because you're fearful, you're going to dream about what you're fearing. And then you don't understand when then that's prediction and when it's actually something you're fearing from your soul. So then you can't distinguish between the two. So it's a very, very difficult energy to be in. So Christina, when you develop your gift and you put the boundaries in place, and this goes for all of you who are having this, because some of you will have exactly the same. When you're putting the boundaries in place and you distinguish between what you're comfortable seeing. So I never want to see anything from my family. That's the thing, I don't want to know. So they know they can't come to me with any updates from my family. You could set that boundary and you could say, I don't want to know anything. I don't want to know anything. You know, what will be, what's meant to be will be meant to be, and I don't want to know. And then you've set that boundary in place so you won't see anything that is going to make you feel uncomfortable in that sense. And then because you're closing down and you're opening up and you're doing it in a way that is right for you, and when you're tuned into spirit, you're tuned into what you need to be tuned into at that moment. It's focused, isolated energy. Sorry if I'm using too much of my own terminology here, but I know it can be a bit much for beginners. But when you focus on, I open up to spirit, I'm opening up for this reason, the energy of that connection becomes more powerful, so you get more clarity. So it'll stop it, and you'll get less of the vividness and less of the things that you don't want to see. Because there's so many people that don't want to do spiritual connection because they worry that whatever they're going to see might make them feel uncomfortable. But what they don't realise is you get to dictate what you want to see. So if something's going to make you feel uncomfortable, you don't have to partake in it. Okay. I told my mum I needed a hug and she came and gave me one. It was pure love. Oh, visitation. Love it. Marga, what type of vivid dreams? What does it mean when you get the names of people you don't know? When you get the names of people you don't know in a dream, it's because these are the spirits that are around you. So when you're underdeveloped, imagine this is you and you're underdeveloped and you're a piece of metal. You're a piece of metal. This is you, underdeveloped piece of metal. And then here I am with some pins. There's a box of pins here. And the pins are spirit. This is a metaphor, by the way. Here's the pins of spirit, and all they want to do is come and go like that. They'll attach themselves to you because you're an open energy. You're someone that can actually articulate and communicate. So they would just go on top of you and connect themselves to you. So we want to be able to make sure that when you're actually developing your gift, it's on your terms and in your way. All right, so I hope that makes sense. I wish I could just hear my dad voice one more time, and the lady that looked after me when I was a baby. Oh, darling. You can try and call them through, and you can try and contact them, and you could ask your dad to be one of your guides. And this is the beauty of it. People get connected again to their loved ones. So you can actually do that and see. You can't make them obviously come and be a guide, but you can ask them and invite them, and that'd be a wonderful experience for you. I've had dreams where I've been somewhere before when I was a child, yes, and I wake up and at some point in my life I go to that place. A dream, crazy things sometimes, but I remember all of them when I wake up. Yeah, so it's childhood memories. So it could be that you're connected to the place where you've gone, like a soul connection, or it could be that time in your life when something significant happened and they're trying to get you to go back to remember who you were at that time. There's always guidance with these things. It's just understanding and deciphering, because it's not a clear set message. It's different for everyone. So we have to kind of go back and understand what that actually is. So remember, guys, you've got the membership that is available. The last day is today to join for $22. You also have the chance to join Psychic School as well. The doors to Psychic School close on the 3rd, which is Monday at 10 a.m. So get yourselves in there. If you don't remember your dreams, they're non-significant, Colleen. They're just non-significant at all. So you've learned to disengage and your body's resting. Yeah, so that is astral projections. Mark's saying, I also dream where I'm looking down at a situation but no one can see me. Yes, that's like where, like sleep paralysis. So you're being transported, it's astral travel to somewhere to get a message. So next time you have it, pay attention to what the actual places you're being taken to, what you're witnessing, what you're seeing, and see if there's a key message in there. Because you're all going to have different messages and different information. So it'd be interesting to see what comes through for you all. So Joe McKenna's saying, hi Joe, Angelic Reiki, I was astrological transported on a ruby bed the other evening. Yes, exactly. Yes, you literally get taken and you go off. It's quite interesting actually. My granddad once took me down this tunnel, and he took me down, it was like amazing. And I said to him, and he said, come on, he said, I want to show you something. He said, but you're going to have to hold on tight. And I was like, okay. So I held on tight. We went down this tunnel, and it was like everything was so, the deeper we went into this tunnel, my ears couldn't take the pressure. And I was going, it's hurting, it's hurting. He was going, no, I'm sure you can keep going. I'm sure you can keep going. And I said, I can't, my ears. And there was all this pressure in my head. And I remember it now. I remember the wind and everything all in my face. And I was like, oh, and all these colours were going past me really fast. And I was like, I can't do it. It's hurting. And then I had to let go because it was just hurting my ears too much. So it was like I was going into, can you imagine like if the cabin pressure went and your ears, you know, when you suddenly go high or you go through a tunnel, but it was like that, but absolutely times 1,000. I remember feeling it and just like, I can't do it. I'm gonna have to let go. And he was like, I thought you could do it. He's like, I thought you'd be okay. And I was like, I can't, I've got to go. And he let go. And it was like, well, I let go and I watched him go. And then I was like, oh, my granddad. So yes, that's astral travel. So I think there's a lot more to it in other dimensions. I dreamed I was in another realm similar to Earth. Oh my gosh, yes. I brought all my belongings with me. The people there were angry that I brought my belongings and kept going through my stuff. It was like a perfect society and I was an outsider. Everything you ever needed was given to you, so personal items was a big no. This is really interesting actually, because they do actually say about, you know how, Margaret, we go on about, oh, you know, we're quite not materialistic, but we like hold on to things as memories, don't we? We know our rings, our jewellery, our, I'm trying to think of something else, be precious, like our photographs, our phones, like these things we feel like we can't survive without. They're like strong memories. And if anything ever happened to them, it'd be like, oh, or if you've got a piece of jewellery or a watch from your dad or granddad or something, It's like it's real meaning, isn't it? But at the end of the day, they're just objects. So spirits say it's just like your body, it's just a human shell. It's meant to serve you whilst you're here, but it's just objects. You don't take them with you. So spiritually, if you don't take your human body with you, you don't take your jewelry with you. It's like it's part of your human experience and it's not meant to be taken into the other realms. My mum died a few months ago. I keep talking to her and feel she is with me. I'm so sorry, darling. Sending you lots of love. Be really kind to yourself and do keep talking to her, because there's one thing I have learned over my 20 years experience is they hear you. They hear you so clearly, so you keep talking. Gosh, it's suddenly just absolutely pouring down with rain here in Birmingham. Is it pouring down for you guys? It's like literally a rainstorm. I've got a question for you guys. I know we're on dreams at the moment, but I go live 3 times in a week in this group. What is it that you want me to touch on? What is it that I'm covering that you're liking? And what is it that you would like to have more information on? And in the membership, like, what more things do you want? What more things do you want to see? Because it's jam-packed full of trainings about connection to your guides, meditation, activations. It's got a psychic beginners course in there. It's got so much. I'm adding stuff every single month. So what else would be useful to you? What else would be useful? You can cancel at any time. So if you go in and you decide it's not for you, you can cancel. You don't have to sign up for like a year or anything. It's month by month. But if you sign up now, you get it for $22, sorry, because there's so many of you in America and Australia and all over the world, which is amazing. But you get it for $22. So come on then, what else do you want? Share with me. What would be really useful for you to learn and to go through? Becca's saying, I sometimes dream about certain derelict buildings which I've never been to before. However, then somehow in real life, I will suddenly pass the building. This has happened a few times. Yeah, so this is going to blow your mind, Becca, but let me tell you this. So all of our lives are happening at the same time. Okay, so your past, your future, who you are next, it's all happening at the same time. So what you're desiring isn't just you thinking something up out of thin air. It's a desire of the future of you, because you're tuned into who you are in the future. So when you actually dream of a building or of an object or something, it's a snippet from the future. So it's like you tapped into one of the other realms. So that's how it's proven for you, because you've already been there. You've already visited. So you know when you've gone somewhere and you go, oh my gosh, this feels like home, or I feel like I've been here before, or I feel like I know you. And it's like, oh, you meet someone for the first time, you're like, oh, I feel like I know you. I feel like I've known you all my life. Because you have. Because you met them before. So you have known them all your life. But you're just more in tune to all the other lives happening at the same time. Sometimes in a dream I read text. It's so strange. Yes. That's a new one actually, Sarah. I've never heard of that. But yes, I can relate to that. Even though I've never heard of it. I know what you mean. So what do the texts say is what I would say to you. What do the texts say? And what is it that resonates with you about it? Hang on, my laptop's frozen. One sec. There must have been an influx of messages. Oh my God, I'm going to be stuck in my office now until this rain stops. And just go back to the live. There we go. Hang on, guys. I've managed to pause. There we go. I know, yeah. It's mind-blowing. I told you it'd blow your mind. One dream shows the future of my guy. Then I had a dream where a girl was telling me they were dating. Yeah, so it could be sometimes. Have you anyone ever had dream cheating? Anyone ever had that when you wake up and you're like, you start hitting your partner or something in a nice, not beating them up, but hitting them going, oh, you dream cheated last night, you did this. And it feels so real. Yeah, they haven't dream cheated. They haven't cheated on you at all. It was a dream and it was you thinking it. This is your insecurities about yourself rather than the actual person. So the fact that you love them and the fact that you're connected to this guy and it's just about allowing yourself this truth that you can find that person and it won't be the person that's then met with someone else. I can just hear the song, you know Alanis Morissette, where she goes, I won the lottery and died the next day. You know that song? Ironic, is it, or iconic? I can't remember what it's called. But it's like that. And it's going, well, just because you're meeting your future person, you wouldn't expect that then that happiness isn't available to you, that someone's going to swoop in and take it. It's you are deserving of that love and you are deserving of it. So our fears get shown to us. And when our fears get shown to us in our dream, it's a good idea to look at them and work through it, because your guides will communicate to you in your dream. So if you're being shown these things, it is a case of that is your fear, that is your insecurity. You need to work on it to strengthen you as a human. Oh, I never know. You could actually ask for the dreams. That's a great idea. What a genius way to think. There we go. Right, so I am coming through to you all next week with more information. Just trying to see what else. I had spirit try and touch the crystals by my bed. How dare they? How dare they? Okay, so you want to know about intuitive info. Okay, so intuition training. Is that what you mean? What about intuition in particular? Symbolism, synchronicity, information. What do you mean symbolism? Just so I know I'm creating the right thing. And Joe, do you mean deja vu is what you experience, or is it deja vu you want to know more about? Just let me know, guys, what you actually want more of. I have a real creepy one for you. One dream was I was going to hell. I met a creature, told me I didn't belong. It threw a fireball at me and it has hit me, physically hurt me in the non-dream world. I had a red spot and I woke up in pain in that area. Oh my gosh, Margaret. Wow. Okay, so again, that's a fear related to you. So it's a fear of, actually, this is awful. This is awful for me. This is like, if I do this and make that step, then I could be judged and sent to hell. So have a think about what actually happened at the time, what you were going through. Were you doing things that you deemed as wrong for you or selfish somewhat, and that you should have been doing it for a different sense or a different reason? Tune in, because there's a message in there and it's just highlighting a fear. Right, my darlings, I've got to get going. I've got another client appointment. So I'm going to have to leave it there, but I will be back with you all next week. Remember, today's the last time you can get the membership for $22 a month. Guys, you are bonkers not to do this. I honestly don't know how to explain it to you. If you don't do it, you are bonkers. Because if you are loving the context of these lives, you're going to love this so much. So get yourself a space and get yourself on there. And if you are looking to really go into detail with your gift and say yes to it, then you need to be in Psychic School. Psychic School doors close on Monday at 10 AM UK time, the 3rd of April. Get yourself in. They don't open again until October. I can't guarantee it's going to be the same price. So get yourself in there and say yes to everything spiritual. You are going to absolutely love it, and you will be like, oh my gosh, I'm so glad I did this. Anyway, thank you so much for being here. I will see you on our next call. The dates will be released. Have a wonderful weekend. Send you lots of love, and I can't wait to welcome you all into the membership. Bye, guys.